Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome to pre-market. And you can see we are up 0.5% on Nasdaq. You can see all futures are up. S&P 500 up 0.5%. Dow Jones and Russell are up. Bitcoin is up 3.5%. Ethereum up 2.5%. Nice pumps happening across the globe. Even after tariff, China, I think China introduced 125% tariff tonight. So even after that, they are up. Main reason are banks. You can see here banks earning came. All these banks did really well. JP Morgan beat the estimate. Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, Morgan Stanley also beat the estimate. So they were all doing good. You can see all our green estimates here. So that's helping S&P 500 overall positivity in stock market. So that's good news. So let's see where we go from here, guys. Please hit the like button. I really appreciate that, and share this channel with friends and family. All right, so right now futures are near neutral zone. You can see S&P 500 came to buy zone, now hanging around neutral zone. Nasdaq is also near neutral zone. Dow Jones and then Russell also neutral zone. Bitcoin is near sell zone. So I will say if you are in profit, look to take profit. Wait for it. Little bit pullback could come around 79K, but that's about it, I guess. Let's look at other charts, and let's look at point of control chart on S&P 500. You can see here. Yesterday, I was telling there was point of control here. If you watch my pre-market update, I said this is here, and then futures were here at the top, and I said it's possible to have a 6% drop, and I think we got that. Yeah, you can see it's 5.5 to 6% drop. That's what we got yesterday, and we had a nice pullback. You can see here this pullback from top to bottom was from here to here was 7%, and you can see it came very close to this. They auctioned this gap point of contact and then bounce. Okay, so where we are right now, pre-market up 0.47%. There's already a point of contact developing here, and then there's little higher another point of control, and then if they really want to pump, the next point of control is here around 55.40, 55.40. Okay, so from here where we are right now, uh, first point of control is 1.32%. Probably that's where we might end up. But if they really want to pump and then crush bears, they can take it as high as 4.3%. And there's also a gap fill above around 55.66. So this is what a bull market could do, and this is probably the extreme case today, around 4.5%. And on a bear side, they could bring it back to this previous point of control, 2.228%, and then the next point of control is here, around 6%, around 49.98. So just keep that in mind and then plan accordingly. All right. Now, in terms of daily chart, let's look at how things are going. This is let's go and look at SPX. You can see SPX now. Also, before I go there, I want to show you 1 hour chart on MES, which is futures. You can see what's happening. Yesterday we had a nice pump. This gap is still not filled, but then we came back, broke below 200 moving average, these blue lines, and then find support on this red line, which is 50 moving average. Okay, 50 SMA and 50 EMA, red and yellow lines, and now we are bouncing off that. We had a breakout, and now we found resistance in front of 200 moving average. Let's see if we can break out of this today. That's what we're looking for. Same thing for Nasdaq. Nasdaq is actually stronger. Found breakout, found support on 200 moving average. Nasdaq is above all moving averages, so Nasdaq is looking really healthy compared to other stocks. Other indexes, Dow Jones is also a little weaker, and then Russell is the weakest of them all. So that's on 1 hour chart. In terms of daily chart here, you can see here, sorry, go back to daily chart, SPX. Now we still have this gap around 54.17, and then 656, 56.48, and then 58.30. Okay, so we still have these three gaps there. So most likely it's going to pump and start filling some of these gaps. Best case, it could come and fill this gap around 55419 today. Let's see, you can see yesterday gap 2.88%. You can see 1 hour chart, we had a gap down, still did not fill. So looking for that gap to fill, best case, and then again could rally. If we continue rally, then gonna fill this. So if news came today, if China and Donald Trump sorts out things, then it could start really massive pump from here. Same thing with Nasdaq, looking for this gap. Again, it's 1 hour chart. You can see these gaps are not filled. Looking for that gap to fill. And also we got a 8 counts buy signal a couple of days ago. SPX also. Let's say on weekly perspective, what counts? I think we are also at 8 counts. You can see 8 counts here on weekly chart, SPX NDX also 8 counts. So every time we get these, probably we are very near to bottom and gonna start a nice rally. A lot depends on earning season, which is starting today. Banks did really good, so a lot depends on that. We could be heading to previous all-time high. That's also possible. So be mindful of that. Bitcoin again tried to have a rally up 3%. Again, finding resistance. There's so many resistance lines. So we really need a news like China and US sorting out things for this to break out of these resistance. You can see all moving averages are putting a lot of pressure here. Ethereum, same thing. And let's see, there's also an overhead gap around 85,675. So keep that in mind. It could be coming to fill that gap from a Bitcoin perspective. And if we break out, it's going to probably go to more than 125K sooner than later there. Tesla was down 7%. Again, tried to break out of all moving averages, but got rejected. Now inside there here. Now again, Tesla is also looking for gap fills around 266, 278, and then 330. So these are all the targets which Tesla can go start to break if things sorts out at White House. In terms of all the tech stocks, again, same story like Nasdaq. All of them are mostly. Netflix is pretty strong actually compared to all moving other stocks, looking like it wants to go and bounce. It's want to lead the bounce, I guess. And other stocks were like falling. CrowdStrike is for some reason down a little bit. NVDA is up, also trying to really help Nasdaq. Chip stocks are trying to help here today. Total Stock Exchange a bit weaker, but again, all these gaps are the top to fill. Hang Seng Index keeps scrolling high after this massive pullback on 200 moving average. A rejection here could bring it back to 18,000 level here, green line gaps to fill. Bond market also weakening, so hopefully Trump is seeing that. And let's see if it can recover with some news today. We'll see. TLT also going down very, very low compared. This gap looks like it wants to fill 85. Trump pays attention to bond market, so we could get some good news. 7 counts buy signal on crude oil, all right, in front of some resistance. Natural gas also coming towards filling this gap around 3.3. Gold just keeps going higher, rocket higher, but with divergence. You can see RSI, PPO. I'm not gonna touch gold here. Silver gonna follow gold. Copper gonna follow. Sugar is in the buy zone here. Wheat is also just above this trend line, white trend line, down bouncing. Corn is also bouncing after touching 200 moving average. Dollar is weakening below everything, below this support. So if we really want, we can make this support like that. This is probably the last hope for the dollar and really needs to hold. It's below this right now, but to be honest, I really like this one, this support here. But let's see if it recovers and come back here. This should concern Donald Trump. The dollar is weakening so much. Tech stocks were down yesterday, but again, like I said, could be starting a rally soon. So we'll wait and watch. So I'm going to skip these tech stocks review. CNQ is also again same story here, multiple gaps, a lot of room to go upside. All this oil was very weak. We can see how things shape up. And then lastly, VIX, and you can see VIX is up 4%. After this rejection, finding support just in the 10 moving average. A breakdown here will bring and start filling this gap. I really want this to crash so that S&P 500 can go higher. We'll wait and watch how things end up. Okay, guys, that's it for today. If there are any particular stocks you want me to review, put a comment and please hit the like button on your way out, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.